Asalamu alaykum.
Alaykum salaam.
Naitwa Mzee Mzima, nafanya na Mzima TV.
Mzima. Okay. Kuna mwingine?
Naitwa Amjam.
Amjam.
Mimi naitwa Moses Mungatia, nafanya na Tuliza FM.
Okay.
Yes.
So thank you very much for coming. You are most welcome. And once you are through, you tell us so that we can.
We are set.
I think we are set.
Yeah, we are set.
We are set. Maybe we can proceed, sir.
We can now proceed.
Yes.
So this is our pastoral message that we are giving to all Kenyans. And this is NCCK, Upper Eastern Region. I proceed.
Yes.
Preamble. NCCK Eastern Region held 2 days consultation here at Meru to reflect on the theme strengthening governance, accountability, and trust towards the 2027 general elections. The forum brought together representatives from the member churches, other faiths, and the key stakeholders in Isiolo, Marsabit, Meru, and the Tharaka-Nithi counties. They reflected on the scripture recorded in Psalm 82, verses 3 and 4, which says, "Defend the cause of the weak and the fatherless, maintain the rights of the poor and oppressed, rescue the weak and needy, deliver them from the hand of the wicked." The delegates reflected on the state of governance and service delivery in the counties and the national level, and we now share the following message. 1. Inadequate water supply. In all the 4 counties in our region, residents are facing severe shortage of water for domestic and irrigation uses. The water situation has been worsened by the negative effects of climate change, which has radically changed weather patterns, leading to long dry spells and short periods of heavy rains. Rivers and springs have dried up, forcing residents to travel long distances to fetch water that is rarely of human consumption quality. As a result, dozens of people and animals have died, and we're asking for how long will the people suffer, yet access to adequate water of the right quality is a constitutional right. We therefore demand that the county governments make urgent investments in water infrastructure, drilling of boreholes, and protection of water catchment areas. We will, in the coming days, be meeting with the county administrators in all the 4 counties to address these challenges. Number 2, address the rampant insecurity. It is a very major concern to us that insecurity has increased in the region despite assurances by the government. Cases of cattle rustling in which residents have lost their lives have increased, often leading to displacement of communities. In other areas, theft and robbery with violence have become common, a situation worsened by apparent corruption and weak law enforcement. Further to this, there is a major increase in the rate of drug abuse and alcoholism, leading to a spike in number of mental health issues. Security, we call for increased deployment of security officers in hotspot areas, strengthening of agents, gathering and the of Nyumba Kumi structures. In our part, we will continue to facilitate inter-community dialogue forums. Number 3, heal the sick healthcare system. Whereas health is a right guaranteed in the Constitution, residents in our counties are suffering a lot from pathetic health care services. The facilities do not have medicines, service delivery is poor, facilities do not have enough staff, and the county governments routinely delay payments of medical staff and the community health promoters. Further, particularly in Marsabit and Isiolo counties, health facilities are few and far between, making it very hard for the residents to access crucial services. To make matters worse, the Sole Authority has turned into a relief for residents in this region. The SHA network is always down, and it seems they deliberately reject nearly all the requests. Residents are to pay cash for services despite going to the SHA. This cannot be allowed to continue, and we demand for urgent remedial actions which should be taken to ensure that the healthcare system is healthy and functional. Number 5, open up counties with quality transport infrastructure. It is a great injustice to the residents of our counties that the intra-county roads are dilapidated and largely unusable by vehicles. This has greatly hindered transport within the counties, leading to suspended economic activities, while creating a facilitative environment for crime to thrive. In the urban areas, sewerage and drainage systems are in a poor condition, exposing residents to diseases and frequent flooding. We call upon the county governors to allocate adequate funds and staff to facilitate construction of roads as well as maintenance of the existing ones. All roads must be upgraded to all weather status. Number 6, know the Constitution of Kenya 2010. For this sustainable solution to these and other issues affecting our communities, we appeal to all the people to take seriously the advice God has given us, as it is in Proverbs 8 verses 10, and I quote, "Choose my instruction instead of silver, ignoring rather than choice gold," end of quote. In this regard, we urge every Kenyan to read the Constitution of Kenya, the 2010 Constitution, and take a keen note on the constitutional responsibilities of our elected leaders and the citizens. In this way, we will be in a position to hold each other accountable for the injustices and inequalities we suffer in our nation. Let us change from the culture of building our democracy and governance on the basis of money and tokens that leaders and aspirants give the community members. Instead, let us demand accountability from every responsibility order so that we have a nation built on the foundation of constitutionalism, law, and justice. On our part, and religious leaders, we have committed that we will demand such accountability from all the politicians who attend services and the functions in our churches. Next, prepare for 2027 general elections. Over the years, elections have been a period of challenge and tension in the country. As we move towards the 2027 general elections, we remind all of us the inspiration God has given us in Romans 12, 18 and 19. I quote, "If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. Do not take revenge, my friends, but leave room for God's wrath, for it is written, 'It is mine to avenge, I will repay,' says the Lord." End of quote. Towards this, we recommend the following actions. 1. That police should investigate and have prosecuted all individuals who are mobilizing goons and other criminal groupings. Nobody should be allowed to threaten the peace and security of Kenyans. 2. All Kenyans who are aged 18 years and above as voters and actively participate in the electoral processes. 3. The election-related state institutions should assert their independence and discharge their mandates in line with the Constitution of Kenya. These institutions include the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, National Cohesion and Integration Commission, NCCK, Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, EACC, Registrar of Political Parties, Director of Public Prosecutions, the Judiciary, and the National Police. 6. Protect the pulpit. Further to this, we reiterate our compliance with the guidelines that we agreed upon as the NCCK to regulate our ministry to politicians. Among other things, we agreed that 1. All politicians who attend worship services are to be treated the same as all other worshippers. 2. All monetary and material contributions treated as offerings and announced or given a ceremony. 3. Politicians should not be able to address congregants inside the church, but instead speak to people outside the church building after the service. 4. Church leaders must be non-partisan and avoid endorsing or opposing any political leader or party. Conclusion. In conclusion, we reiterate the centrality of service delivery and good governance in our counties. And so we call upon the county governments in this region to discharge their work and make the lives of the residents better, always remembering that each of us will be called to account for the responsibilities we hold. And we read this in Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verses 14, and I quote, "For God will bring every deed into judgment, including every hidden thing, whether good or evil." End of quote. May God bless Kenya. May God bless Upper Eastern. May God bless our 4 counties in Upper Eastern. Signed by me on this day, 13th May 2026, James Kimadhiaga, the acting chair, NCCK Upper Eastern. Thank you.
Maybe two, only two. I'm Jeff Mongi from KBC, also studying for Citizen TV. Only 2 questions.
Yes.
We have seen the state of the politicians, especially during this period of as we head towards 2027 elections. And you have stated that a majority of the demands or the grievances which are there in the statement is about the governance. What is your current call to the residents or to the people, to the Kenyans, as we end towards 2027 general election, in electing people who are capable to govern and ready to deliver these grievances? The second one, we have seen attacks, especially in the churches. We had an attack in Bahati in Nakuru. PCA church was attacked, and the pastor was murdered. Do you feel safe as clergy?
We are calling upon, thank you very much for the questions. We are calling upon Kenyans and citizens to be sober. And one, realize that elections have always been coming after every 5 years. And we have been electing people who at times have not been very effective. So even this time round, campaigns will come. So many people will be asking for votes. And it's now the responsibility of all Kenyan citizens to be sober enough and to agree that this time around we want to put those people of high integrity in offices, in the elective positions. Otherwise, we are pleading with Kenyans not to allow corruption and tokenism to overrule their thinking, so that they will not elect people depending on who has given what and who has given much compared to the other. But we elect people of high integrity, people who serve Kenyan citizens, people who are suitable, leaders who will be accountable and ready to serve by all means. Secondly, we are saying it's not only the clergy who are not safe, because issues of insecurity are being witnessed and experienced in all the corners of this country. And we are asking if people of the cloth, the clergy, are being murdered and they are not being involved in crimes and other antisocial behaviors. We know their level of respect in the society, yet criminals are going after them and they are murdered. What of those others who are very vulnerable? So we are calling upon the government and all agencies, security agencies, to wake up and ensure that they protect all the citizens, regardless of who you are, regardless of where you are. We demand because for every
maybe what about the rhetoric sentiments being created by the politicians? We have seen very dirty ones out of politicians. What is your call as a crutch?
This is something that has been going on. There is always a saying that Kenyan politics is a dirty game. We do not have a remedy for sure for now, but we only need to be sober citizens and instill some discipline as Kenyans, because we can do clean politics. We can if you want, but there's now become a norm that for you to pull crowds, you must tint the name of your opponent, and this should not be the case. We should act with a lot of integrity and soberness and stop name calling. It's not healthy, and particularly when we know that our children are watching and hearing, and we are bringing up a society that might not be controlled in future because they might assume that this is the norm. to abuse each other, to call each other names. They might assume if the leaders are doing it, why not us? So we are calling upon leaders and those who are interested in joining politics to avoid bad language. Let us have some manners, at least.
Thank you.
For the purposes of Miru, tuenda udurania mantu juju ndiandai kenya kaidata kaizile kwanza kwamba naambo ndio mbili wa mantu jambo aliye na wendi bweni that will be enough
nyoka
aloma
Kasama.
just a summary move forward zarapo aliye na way forward kwa bidii na malito
Okay. Tuendelee. Okay. Dito ni James Kimadi Nyaga, the acting chair, NCCK hapa Eastern, na tushamanitie huko Meru Town, tuli NCCK Eastern Region representatives na other faiths na stakeholders bangi baba ingi tushemanitie no twakwaririria mauntu ma governance kana utongoria bubwega bwa thirikari ona ningi tukiranagia buria turi prepared no tubwa kithurano kiria kiitagia 2027 na kimauntu maria twariririe moro wa accountability na good governance nitukwirana kiri counties jetu joinya iria ithondekete NCCK hapa Eastern, that is Tharaka Nithi, Meru, Isiolo, Marsabit. Tukerana kwina mauntu mana maria bija muno tukona mabwiri kwa unrest ni atongoria betu na woro mwe uria tukwenda wa address wana we ukura norito ni woro wa clean water and sufficient na rusi rwa kongana nuntu ya Kenya o kwa kethirwa wari ni abwiri kwirwa ena rusi rutheru na rusi rwa kongana rwa matumizi mae ona nuntu kwa activities irekiendaga ni mwanadamu omuthenya. Number 2 tukera na woro wa insecurity kiru ya magita mara mangi tuturite counties jetu joinya woro wa insecurity ni wingite muno wamba wa ng'ombe along our borders na mauntu mara mangi magushoka makaumira woro wa antu kuragwa na woro wa crimes jongere ina counties na nuntu bwa itumigike nitukulirikania the security agencies antu banenkere kwa Kenya ni Kenya constitution kulinda mwananchi na kumukalia na kumumenyera nitukubaromba bekire gukira na beukie majukumu maria mari mao nikenda mwananchi wa Marsabit, wa Isiolo, wa Meru na wa Tharaka Nithi egujagia ino kiri kwi muthenya kana gwi utuko rwa kwithirwa ari secure. Woro riongi twarikanira ni ati woro wa health ni ugwiri kumenyererwa nuntu health ni right ya Mukenya o wothe o kuria akerwa ajiariritwe ena right ya kwithirwa ena access kiri health facility na nikyo nitukwenda kuromba masibitari maria twinamo methirwe mari well equipped, methirwe mari na dawa ya kwigana, methirwe mari na staff ya kwigana ona facilities ile jingi so kato ka request especially Marsabit na Isiolo kuongererwe masibitari na clinics na dispensaries nontu wakwithirwa ire iriku ti adequate na bamwe ikabidi bathi long distances nontu ni kenda baumba ku access sibitari na health facility. Kira kingi atoke bet ni oro wanjira para yetu ato kwina antu ingi mu bare bakora rami ni te to chune kore antu ya ndani kaka itandukite kore kungi na kugukethirwa njira italo thondekwa na bagatuika batikumba kumira bakinya kuria ngiumba gukinya their produce na wolo no wongerera insecurity nuntu antu baria bakumirira antu betu either Isiolo, Marsabit, Meru na Tharaka Nithi ya wera we atau ya baria baria bagatumira resources yetu na ile agirite baria baga kuja kwa baria nja okay thank you.